bad feeling about this.
It's a trap!
Behind the Force, Star Wars Voices. Star Wars Weekends guests get a behind-the-scenes look into the magic and mastery of vocal performance. Hosted by Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka Tano on Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I'm Commander Tano. I'm not so young anymore. You taught me well. I can handle anything. You will let me pass.
I will let you pass.
You made it look easy. Wasn't always that way.
Right, the Force. That your secret?
No. Perseverance.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Eckstein.
Because today, we are going to take you on a journey through the amazing process of bringing some of the Star Wars characters to life. We're going to audition for a couple of roles, and as a special treat to you, we have an all-new Star Wars: The Clone Wars adventure that was written exclusively for Star Wars Weekends. So I think you did a lot of homework fans out there today, right? Star Wars: The Clone Wars took audiences on some amazing journeys. We told stories with epic conflicts, spectacular battles that showcased the heroic struggle between good and evil. And one of the characters at the center of it all was Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano. It's truly been an honor and an opportunity of a lifetime that I do not take for granted to be the voice of Ahsoka. I want to thank all of you for your support and for bringing these amazing characters into your homes each and every week. Star Wars is and always has been about amazing characters. Heroes, villains, creatures from a galaxy far, far away. But it takes a team of people to bring these characters to life. It takes designers, artists, creature creators, puppeteers, sound designers, voice actors. So we have a video. Let's take a look at some of my favorite characters.
Prepare yourself. The real fight is about to begin. This is madness. Everyone, that's your gun. We always serve for the gun.
this year. Did she not nail it in the season finale of Clone Wars this year? That was a heartbreaking finish to that entire storyline. And I must say that Ahsoka is now my favorite female Star Wars character because of what you did in that role.
Well,
it was really a remarkable finish, because I didn't know what was going to happen. Because they recorded this, when we recorded these scenes like a couple of years ago, they made me leave.
It was a secret.
It was a secret at the last moment. And you know, and those of you who are Star Wars nerds like I am, know that for The Empire Strikes Back, when they originally did that, nobody knew but like 2 people that well, the thing that's revealed, maybe some of you don't know that, I'm not going to because there's value in having a secret. And I remember what that was like when I was a kid watching The Empire Strikes Back. And I did not know what was going to happen in that movie until that one line changed 2 movies with one stroke like that. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do something here.
All right, I want to do a clone pledge of the future.
Ooh,
so please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise to be a good clone and to not read all the articles about what's going to happen in the new awesome Star Wars movie that's going to come out.
All right, now you've made that promise, so that now when you go see it, you can be surprised by what happens as you see it, rather than knowing everything about it before you go. Because that was part of the magic of Star Wars for me.
Well, Dee, speaking of awesome, you are awesome because how do you do it? How do you do the voice for all of the clones? Because some episodes are literally just you.
That's not me doing a clone.
Okay.
I don't make myself do that to be a clone. That's Legend of Korra. I'm doing Naga. The clones are kept distinct through the magic of the writing, which is very specific about how they're different, and our director, Dave Filoni, who knows that some of the clones, some sound younger, some are older, some are a little more proper, and I make that adjustment mentally, and what that is acting. Is you have a very specific idea of what you want to put out, and you make that adjustment vocally, and it lives through the animation of a brilliant team of artists and technicians that make our show.
So, give us just a Captain Rex line.
Captain Rex is straight ahead. You may call me Captain or Sir.
And then, for instance, in our last season, Gregor was a lot more hesitant at first, because he didn't know that he was a clone commander.
Until he learned at the end who he was, and he stepped up to it. He put on the armor, and he got blasted.
And so you notice that the switch there is one of intent. And Gregor, this past season, was one of my favorite clones, actually. I really loved that story, that little micro story. But notice at the end, they didn't kill him off, because they liked him so much that they thought, let's keep this guy around. So maybe he died, maybe he didn't. Maybe we'll bring him back. I sure wish they would.
Beautiful, I'm not beautiful.
This is me it's probably doing cinnamon bun for Adventure Time.
Cinnamon Bun, he talks like that. He's kind of insecure. Hey, Jake.
Doing a lot of fun shows these days. Still doing Phineas and Ferb. Platypus. I do a lot of the critters on Jake and the Neverland Pirates for Disney as well. The crocodile and all the creatures in that. And we're still doing Ben 10, which is a really fun show. And American Dad, which is not we have some German fish fans out there. So there's lots and lots of fun stuff that I've got to do. Let's see, should we go off the reservation and talk about what should we talk about?
Well, you know what? what's been so exciting about this past year is that they've let us out of a studio. We've got to do a lot of fun things as the cast of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite events?
We found about, I attended Celebration 6 out here in Orlando, where I was smushed by a little dewback, but I got free, it was okay. The Rancor wasn't very nice, but once you feed them, they're a lot more docile.
But he's at Darth Maul. You can actually get your photo here at Star Wars Weekends with the Rancor.
How awesome is that Rancor? So that was really fun. That was right after Star Wars Weekends. And then we got to go bowling.
Yes, we did.
Bowling with clothes.
I have to tell you, this was for All-Star Celebrity Bowling for the Nerdist against Chris Hardwick. And it was Team Clone Wars against Team Nerdist. And Dee was our ringer. We beat Team Nerdist because of Dee.
We had a good day. We won.
I think it's the only award we've ever won. But he was the only award
I think
we've
it's the only
ever
one
won.
we ever won was for bowling. So that was a lot of fun. And then we got to go down to the USO base down south in California and perform for and thank and say hello to the families and men and women in uniform down there, which was a really exciting. And the special connection with our show with those in the military that I in particular feel, and it makes you feel really good that connects the stories of the soldiers in our show. And then, just a couple of weeks ago, they had a screening for the 30th anniversary since the release of Return of the Jedi. And here, a number of us assembled there at the Egyptian Theater where it originally premiered 30 years ago in Hollywood. Hollywood, California, that is, not in Florida. And that was exciting. There's my daughter, Cora, who, a little bit of trivia, she does the voice of the Legend of Korra. She does the voice of young Korra. The one who says, those are your fans, who says, I'm the Avatar, you gotta deal with it! That's actually my daughter, whose name is Cora, but it's spelled C-O-R-A, not K-O-R-R-A.
Dee, it looks like the events have been keeping you busy, but I heard you have a new hobby. Tell us
I
about
am.
that.
I'm really getting into photography. I walk around, I'm not kidding about this, I walk around and post all my pictures on Instagram. I have on my iPhone, there's a lens called an Olo clip. You clip it on there, it's like $63, and you can take these awesome close-up pictures of creatures and animals which you know that I like. Like this is a little woodlouse or a roly-poly or pill bug.
How would this bug sound?
If you were talking, he'd say, oh, look, there's Kevin Spacey here to say hello to you. Hey, Ashley.
Oh my gosh!
And look, it's Julia Roberts.
Hi, Ashley. That is terrifying.
I'm in your room. They didn't clean me out. I'll see you later tonight.
And it's Jeff Goldblum.
Hey, Ashley, how's it going? I got some friends. We're gonna meet up with you later. Just walking around outside with a little hair, a little nest of your hair.
But Ashley, I've saved the most terrifying and frightening picture that I've taken for the last.
These are terrifying. See, these are more like it, Dee. That's beautiful.
Anyway, I take my pictures, I post them on Instagram at Dee Bradley Baker, and I just love taking pictures of the natural, real world. And I always have my camera with me. And this week, this is very exciting for me. I'm not kidding. I don't kid about anything.
I hope you wouldn't
Here, I'm
with us,
telling the
Dee.
truth. I got to meet Carrie Fisher. Look at that. I'm thrilled to death. She's not so happy. But I got to meet Carrie Fisher, and more than that, I got to meet Carrie Fisher's dog. It's Gary Fisher, her dog. How cute is that? Gary the dog, a French bulldog who's brindle and black, who by an odd coincidence of fate is exactly like my puppy dog, who is a brindle, black and chocolate brindle French bulldog. It's all coming together. My life is all coming together, Ashley. Oh, this whole week is amazing. Little Zira. That's my little Zira. Who knows what Zira comes from? The name Zira. Planet of the Apes, yes! Gold star for the nerd in the orange over there. Yes! Planet of the Apes! Which is another show that's come back. It's It's come back from whence it was, and as is Star Wars. Star Wars is coming back. I know you got to say goodbye to the clones, to the Clone Wars, but it's not quite done with that yet. As you may well see here at the end of our little sequence here. Yes. But the awesomeness that is to come, it is going to be very awesome, and I am very excited about the stuff coming down the pipe from J. Abrams and what Disney is fixing up for you guys. It is very, very exciting.
There is a lot of awesome stuff coming out.
Did I talk enough? I'm going to stop talking.
No, this is just a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like to record our show. This is what we do behind the scenes. It's just talk and talk and talk. But, you know, I bet there are some aspiring voice actors out there. And I need some volunteers to help us bring some of these amazing characters to life. So, Dee, will you go out to the audience? And there's a microphone right there. And we need somebody to be the voice of one of my favorite characters only because of his adorable little son, Stinky. He's the slimy gangster of Tatooine. We need someone to do the voice of Jabba the Hutt, Dee.
You? All right, stand
Okay,
up.
we're going to watch this video.
Watch the video first.
I know that voice.
So it took 6 different puppeteers to actually bring Jabba to life. Some of the puppeteers were inside, while others controlled his movements using remote control. When Jabba was brought on set with the other actors, he was overwhelming and larger than life. Then Ben Burtt created his language called Huttese to give him a slightly more sinister tone, and that combination became the Jabba we know and despise today.
Master Luke, you're standing on
I love that. I love that about Star Wars, and they put subtitles in it. I mean, do any of you remember, any of you old people like me, when you saw the original Star Wars and Greedo came on, and all of a sudden there's subtitles, and I'm like a little kid going, oh, he's an alien talking, there's subtitles, that's awesome! Oh, that's awesome. And they came back and did it again for Jabba, and here we have, is it Samantha is your name? Great, come up here, Samantha. You are about as far from Jabba the Hutt as I can possibly imagine. But let's see if what Samantha's got for us in terms of Jabba.
She needs to give her best alien speak, or Huttese, we should say, and we need a hearty laugh, and then we need you to say Bo Shuda.
So Bo Shuda, and then ha ha ha, in your biggest, boomingest voice. Ready? Bo Shuda, ha ha ha.
Now, Dee, next, I need someone who's a Wookiee fan. Of course, I'm talking about everyone's favorite co-pilot, Chewbacca. Chewbacca was played on screen by Peter Mayhew, who is 7 feet 2 inches tall, but Academy Award-winning sound designer Ben Burtt decided to take a more earthbound approach for Chewbacca. Let's take a look.
It's very lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Yes.
That is what Burt Brett put together to combine into the sounds of Chewbacca, blending them together. So we have your name is Marie. All right, Marie. Let me hear your best kind of big teddy bear that'll rip your arm out of its socket kind of growl. Can I hear that from you?
Okay, now Dee, I need someone really dark and sinister, because Darth Vader is the perfect example of how great physical acting and voice acting come together to create one unforgettable character. When the cast and crew were on set filming Star Wars, I want you to watch this video. This is actually what they heard.
A member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic...
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take a look.
A little different, right? So, what was that? That was actually actor David Prowse. He's the man behind the mask. But George Lucas, Star Wars creator, found actor James Earl Jones, who also happens to be the voice of the Father of the Lion King. Yes. And James Earl Jones provided a slightly darker and mysterious tone. Let's watch.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take it away.
I think George Lucas made a very good decision that day when he chose to change that voice. That was great. Now here we have Nicholas. Nicholas, come up here. Nicholas, this is the par excellence voiceover test here. We're going to work our way up to being a Sith Lord. I want you to start, Nicholas. Nicholas, your last name isn't Nickley, is it? Okay. All right. So start off with because all evil people have breathing problems, according to George Lucas. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I'm not making fun of people who have asthma. I have asthma, and I'm not making fun of it. Okay? All right. Good. So we want you to embrace your anger, Nicholas, and give us your best deep, dark breathing sounds. Wow.
Oh my God!
That was pretty good effort there, Nicholas. All right. Well, I think it's looking good. Let's try it even further. Let's say, come join me on the dark side. Nice, big, loud voice. Ready? Face the audience and hear, come join me on the dark side.
Come join me on the dark side.
Don't be too proud of the imitation you have created. It is insignificant next to the power of the Force. And I find your lack of vocal skills disturbing.
Hey! I thought he did pretty good.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I may not know the power of the dark side, Darth, but I have the power of the remote.
What? What are you doing? No!
Presence of the Sith.
It was just Darth Vader, but I took care of him.
Darth Vader. I have a feeling he'll be the death of me someday.
Everyone, your Star Wars weekend show. You are just in time because me and Dee, we're about to put on a new Star Wars: The Clone Wars adventure, and you can be part of it.
Wow, excellent.
It's actually going to highlight some of the alien species characters from Star Wars, inspired by one of the scenes of Return of the Jedi. But first, Dee, James, I need 3 volunteers. I need someone that's going to be the voice of a Jawa, someone to be the voice of a Gamorrean guard, and someone to be the voice of Jabba's droid sentinel.
Okay, let's see. So I'll grab 2, and Dee's getting 1, or is Dee getting 2 and I'm getting 1?
I'll get 2 over here.
Okay, I'll get 1. So what do I need?
Let's see. Dee, who are you getting?
You're getting a Jawa?
We need a Jawa, we need a Gamorrean guard, and we need a Jabba's droid sentinel.
I'll get the Sentinel. Okay, a droid Sentinel. You know, like C-3PO, but maybe a little meaner. This guy's got, okay. And his wife is like, yes. You come with me, sir. All right. Watch your step.
Jim, I got Jawa.
Good to see you. How are you? Come on back.
It's right.
All right. We got 1. We got 1. I'm sorry. See, now, thanks, Ashley. No, I'm the bad guy going, no, Mr. You, I'm sorry. It's Obi-Wan.
Here, come on into our studio. And right here we have our sound engineer, Mark. Mark is going to be doing all of our sound today.
This is Jawa Jim. The Jawa Jim is here.
Right here.
Tyler, you're over here.
You can be right here.
Tyler, I'm going over here.
Oh no,
Okay. This is generally how it looks when we get into a studio. There's a lot of where do I go, which microphone am I
We've
on?
never done this show before.
This is the first time you're seeing this show anywhere, exclusive to Star Wars Weekends, but the very first time. So let's hear it, huh? So they don't know what they're going to read, but neither do we. Okay, great. So all right. So you got your parts here, and you're going to follow along. Now, here's the thing: when you do a show like this, there's all this script you get, and your parts are highlighted. See that? So that's what they're looking at right now, and they're seeing their parts for the very first time. Being a voice actor is very different than being an on-camera actor, where you get to come in and look great and have all your lines memorized. No, we just take it like that. So I think they're all doing
So,
well.
just like radio shows from the past, it will be Mark's job to give us all sound effects and music cues as we present the adventure. So, say for example, James.
Okay.
the blaster.
So okay, Mark is our guy. So say I wanted like a blaster. Oh, that's pretty. Oh. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What else you got? Ooh, nice. Okay.
I wonder if I need batteries, some invisible batteries. I got some invisible batteries in my pocket right here.
Here it comes.
Oh,
I've been waiting
on like Donkey Kong.
for a long time.
Oh,
All right.
like this I do. Boom. Spin around like this. Jackson.
Are you guys done now?
Oh, I guess we are. It's fun to pretend I'm in Star Wars still. Alright.
Okay.
So, alright, so let's introduce our new honorary cast members.
Oh, right, yeah. We have Mike here, who's going to be playing the droid Sentinel. That's very important. So again, C-3PO kind of like, but maybe a little edge to it because Jabba's palace. And Dee, who do you have over there?
Here we have Tyler. Tyler is going to be a Gamorrean guard. He's going to give us some lovely pig sounds.
What would that be like, Dee? Can you give him any like tips or anything?
Well, it's usually with an inhale, with a, you know, that kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you do when you're driving around in a car. And then we have Jim, right? Jim is our little Jabba Jim. Jim, can I hear a nice loud?
Again.
Can I hear a nice loud utini from you? Look at that, Jim. Jim, you got it. You got that Jabba thing happening.
Well, we're about to just get started, but let's get a mic test first.
Okay, so Mike, this is your mic. So you don't want to get too close, don't want to get too far, but just give us a little testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, very nice. And sir?
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Very nice.
1, 2, 3.
All right, I think we're all good. We're all right.
Yes.
All we need is Tom Kane doing like a narrator or something.
I think I can handle that. And may the force be with us. All right, action.
Tales from the Clone Wars. Early in the conflict, the Jedi Knights struck an alliance with the vile gangsters of the Hutt criminal empire in order to secure an advantage against the evil Separatist forces. To maintain this treaty, the Jedi Council dispatches Obi-Wan Kanobi and Ahsoka Tano to the distant planet Tatooine for an audience with the powerful gangster Jabba the Hutt. Now on the lonely windswept road that winds to the iron citadel of the loathsome criminal, the two Jedi make their way to an uncertain appointment.
I haven't been to Tatooine since Master Skywalker and I rescued Stinky.
I beg your pardon.
Stinky, that's what Anakin called Jabba's son Rada. I got the impression Anakin isn't very fond of the Hutts.
Yes, well, perhaps that's why he opted out of this mission.
Maybe, but he usually prefers taking action over bookkeeping.
Sorry, bookkeeping?
Yeah, instead of coming with us, he stuck reviewing stacks of intelligence reports with Senator Amidala.
With Padme? Really?
Yes, from the sounds of it, they're gonna have to spend the whole week together working side by side to make any progress.
Curious. Tell me, Ahsoka, does Anakin take on a lot of these missions with Padme?
Not really. I'd say he visits the Supreme Chancellor more than Senator Amidala, but who's counting, right?
I'm counting. But let's try to focus on the mission at hand. I hope you've been practicing your Huttese.
We're about to find out.
Well then, be my guest.
I guess we better knock. Jedi Ahsoka Tano, bo Obi-Wan Kanobi et Tuta Mishku da Jabba the Hutt.
What she said. Well, that's why they call me the negotiator. I said that's why they call me the negotiator. Thank you.
A massive sandblasted gate to Jabba's palace opens, revealing a long, dark passageway into the heart of the criminal den. Ahsoka and Obi-Wan bravely venture forth, and are soon met by the grotesque sentries that patrol Jabba's territory.
You will take us to Jabba now. I said you will take us to Jabba now. Well, any tips, Mr. Negotiator?
Perhaps you should snort politely.
Okay, we don't have time for this. You will take us to Jabba now. I don't get it. That usually works.
No, it works on the weak-minded, Ahsoka, not on the mindless. Do you wanna let go?
Finally, someone with brains to talk to. We are emissaries from the Jedi Order. We bring greetings for Jabba the Hutt. And a gift.
A gift.
Yes, a gift that if we won't...
I say, a gift.
Yes, the gift is that we won't cause any trouble if everyone cooperates.
Ni Jabba no bata ese lutu me chaga sukuki no cha.
Well done, Padawan.
Obi-Wan and Ahsoka step into the dank bustle of Jabba the Hutt's throne room. The smoky parlor is filled alcove to alcove with all manner of bizarre life forms and strange tourists from distant lands.
This place hasn't improved with time.
Remember this diplomacy, Ahsoka. We are guests here.
I know. Any last-minute advice?
Yes, no deep breaths in here.
You don't need to remind me. I could never get that smell of stinky out of my backpack. Hands off my lightsaber, Bright Eyes, or I'll teach you some manners.
The Hutt's pasty-faced Major Domo scuttles to the throne to delicately inform the crime lord of business. And from the crowd emerges one of Jabba the Hutt's countless worker droids.
A new acquisition. Must be the property our master has ordered.
Let's see, where are you?
You made a little jump there ahead.
This really happens in the studio.
My script is different, but that's alright.
Fortunately, it's voiceovers. You can mess up all you want.
Yes.
Just edit it out.
Okay, I believe we're on page 6 then.
Yes, page 6.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Ahsoka says, excuse me.
Oh, excuse me.
The mighty Jabba
has been looking for ages to replace our last dancer since the incident. You are a fit specimen. Please report to the tailor droid for a fitting of your dancing outfit.
Back off, glitchhead. I'm no dancer. I'm here on Jedi business.
I was referring to the far better toned, graceful-looking specimen next to you.
Should I be nervous? I have a bad feeling about this.
Let's hear it for our volunteers! You get a prize!
Come right up here.
Jawa Jim, you get a prize! Jawa Jim gets a prize!
We have here some gifts as official. Oh, I like the outfit. That's very nice. I haven't seen that. That's very nice. Signed by all of us and some coins here. Let's hear it one more time for our fantastic.
Well done. Great story. Great.
Pretty good, right?
Well, that was fun to be the voice of Ahsoka for one more time.
You nailed those, by the way. That was perfect. The guy with the weird.
No, they nailed it. They were great. I spent 4.5 years picking people out of a crowd to do Disney shows a while back in my life, so I'm used to that.
Well, you know what? We are not done yet. Because up on these video screens, we have a very special announcement from Clone Wars Supervising Director, Dave Filoni.
What's it going to be?
Hey Star Wars fans, I'm Dave Filoni, the Supervising Director of Star Wars The Clone Wars, and I hope you're having a great time at Disney Star Wars weekends. I know I always do, and every time I come down Florida, or every time we have Star Wars weekends, I like to show you guys something you've never seen before and something exclusive just for you all for coming to Star Wars weekend. So what have I got this time? I've got a little clip that deals with our little green friend, Master Yoda. It delves a little bit into Yoda's relationship with Anakin Skywalker and what that was like and what Yoda thinks of him. So I think it's stuff you guys are going to love. And I hope you enjoy this exclusive clip made special just for you guys at Disney Star Wars weekends.
I am prescribing nothing but bed rest for you now, Master Yoda. I will leave you two alone.
You asked for me, Master?
Yes, friends we are.
Of course.
A choice you must make. Worry for you I am.
Why is that?
Do something for me, you must. Blame you will be.
What? What must I do?
Help me to escape.
Yeah. Escape? But you're not in prison.
No? Perhaps. But perhaps I am. Already, all around us, the cage may be a journey I must make, alone.
The Council will not want you to travel at all. Alone, even less.
Disobeying the Council, your expertise is. That is why I ask for your help. It is the spontaneity you find so easily, which others do not. That is what sets you apart. Now, a walk you will take me on. Come, come.
Where are you going?
Some fresh air I require.
It's okay. He's with me. I'll watch him. I hope I don't regret this. Hey, R2. I have a mission for you. Dr. Nima's gonna notice Yoda's missing any minute now. Get into his ship as fast as possible and get him out of here.
Where's Master Yoda? What have you done?
Hey, for once, none of this was my idea.
Footage of Master Yoda escaping because he was confined to quarters for some mysterious reason in a Clone Wars episode that we have not yet seen, that apparently we'll be seeing at some point soon.
And they're the first people to ever see it. Right here.
This is a source of great hope to me. A great hope, a new hope. from you. The best of Star Wars is soon to be. Let me hear you say that.
The best of Star Wars is soon to be.
Louder! Louder still! I can almost plot. I'm so excited about this. This is awesome! I even hear sad and I'm sure, but now I am hopeful and psyched about Star Wars. Wow. Yes! I'm excited. I just don't show it the same way. But inside, I'm like... The little boy of 13 years old whose mommy and daddy made him a Jawa costume back in 1977. Yes.